Hello and welcome to Wednesday, the day of Wednesdays. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and I was trying to figure out what to do today, and I came up with an idea. But first, let me talk to you about last night. Kind of ended things off a bit early last night, but for good reason. Nothing was really happening. But later in the evening, I just started blowing my nose like crazy because sick. Uh, didn't really sleep too well, but when I woke up in the middle of the night a few times, I could breathe clearly, which I was super happy about. And then when I fell asleep and woke back up this morning, around maybe an hour ago, actually, I don't know, an hour and a half ago, uh, my nose is stuffed up again. I was like, I can't win, but I won't let that deter me from what I want to do today. And what I want to do will actually kind of help me in the long run. As you may or may not know, dust is one of the allergens or things that kind of causes stuffy noses and like whatnot. So I figured, why not? Why shouldn't I go about cleaning my computer? There's a couple of reasons I want to do this. One, uh, this is pretty dusty, and even though I hit it with a little bit of compressed air, it is still incredibly dusty. So I'm going to be manually taking out each part, wiping it down, cleaning it up, making sure everything is all good there. So that's the plan for today. But one thing else I want to do is replace this fan. I'm not too sure if you could see it, but the blade is kind of missing right here. And that's kind of my fault. It's right up here. So the thing with this fan, and I see the fan headers right here. So yeah, the thing with this fan is that when I would turn on my computer, like this would spin, and the bearing, whatever was keeping this like in centered like this, it would rattle. Also, don't spin your fan like this. This is a terrible idea. It would rattle quite a bit, so much so that it was like louder than like the entire PC going like rendering a video. So this has been happening for months, and what would usually happen was a little percussive maintenance. And if you don't know what percussive maintenance is, usually means just hitting something. So I would just hit the back of my computer a few times directly where the fan was until the sound stopped. And that worked. Another thing I would do, and this will cause the fan to break, so don't do this unless you're, you know, unless you know that you're risking damaging your fan. I would take a little pencil like this, put it through one of the case grills in the back, so like here, and that was just far enough to hit the center of this fan, which would apply pressure, hopefully causing the rattling to stop. And that did work on several occasions. However, as you could see, compared to the rest of it, this is kind of like small target as opposed to like, the rest of the fan. So one day when I was doing this, I just, was tired of hitting. I tried hitting it, didn't work. Stuck the pencil in. This snapped off, and I would just hear like this insane rattling. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. What's happening here? So I took the case off. I'm like, oh, this happened. Well, that happened like last week, I think. And since then, I haven't had any issues with this rattling. But I figured I should probably just go replace the fan itself. So turns out this fan that I want to replace, they don't have it at my local electronics store, but they do have it at one that's about 20 minutes away, and it's like $20. So I'm gonna be heading over there now. It does open at 10 o'clock, so I was debating making breakfast and eating a little bit before going out, but I figure I'll just go out, get this all done, and gonna clean out the system. So one thing I want to do is just like see if I can cable manage this better and make sure everything is plugged in directly into the power supply how it should be. That's my main concern, because everything else is pretty normal. Just gotta plug. It's like Lego, basically. Adult Lego. So I'm gonna be replacing this fan with Noctua one. This is a Corsair fan, and I'm gonna get that. From the website, it said that they had 5 in stock, so I'm just gonna drive over, get one, and then come back. Hopefully, I can find a better cleaning instrument as opposed to this, but because I know like the quote unquote rocket, which is like a little thing. It's a classic go-to, but yeah, I'll make sure to wipe down the system, clean it up real nice, and make it look brand new. For reference, this system was the top of the line in 2015, and well, that was 7 years ago, and it's still doing me really good. The only thing I could ask for it is maybe a better GPU. This is ROG Strix 970, and they're up to what is it? The 40 series cards were just announced, so pretty spicy. But yeah, I would love to get a new GPU for this, but it's not any concern. So I'm gonna get ready, head to the store, and see if I can find a replacement fan for this, and that's about it for now. One thing that we got to do for tomorrow is that we do need to clear out some of the basement. I'll show you that if I remember when I get back home, and yeah, that's the plan for today. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna head out, and we'll see where this takes us. Okay, not as quick and easy as I would have liked that to be, but in and out pretty quickly. I don't know what time it is, but the receipt says that it is 10:30. So it's 10:30. Should be home by 11 the latest. Probably like 10:50. But hey, we got the fan. And I didn't really pick up anything else. I saw some interesting stuff, but I figured I'm probably fine without it. So gonna head home, clean out the PC, install the fan, and the store gives me a 2-year warranty for this for some reason, even though the manufacturer warranty is 6 years. Either way, hopefully this fan is exactly what I need. It looks like it is, but I didn't do too much research. I just saw that it was a 120 millimeter fan, and that's what I needed. So it should work. If it doesn't, oh well. But I guess I'll be coming back here tomorrow. Actually, no, I won't. Well, I'm going to head home and try and see if this fits. See you guys there. Okay, so I would be using this camera for recording this, but it's a bit cumbersome to move at the moment because we've got quite a bit going on. So first off, we have the vacuum here. And while I did want to use this compressed air for cleaning off the computer, you can see that this card is pretty dusty. Yeah. So I figured I could wipe it down, but what I want to do first is try dusting it. Now you may be wondering, why the vacuum? Well, vacuums have 2 settings: suck and blow. We'll be using blow. So I'm going to be blasting this computer with a bunch of air, making sure that the fans don't spin. Speaking of, the fan that we got is right here. It's a perfect fit. It's the right size. Only complaint, I wish it was black. And second complaint, well, that's not a real complaint. I should have just looked at the listing better. It's gray. It's fine. Not going to see it because it's the back of the computer. But the cable, it's like a rubbery kind of texture. And I tried wiping it down with a like a wet wipe kind of thing. And that didn't work out too well because it just feels sticky. And I thought that would help. It didn't. So it's going to attract some dust. It's whatever. So yeah, I'm going to start blasting this computer and see if we get a cleaner result. And then we'll wipe it down. So see you guys in a bit. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock. It's very dusty, but the computer is cleaned out. The thing is, I have a screw right here. This one? Yes, if I can grab it. Depth perception, it's not great through a 2D screen. This screw. This will be used to put the case, that back on this. The thing is, one of them fell on the ground somewhere, and I couldn't find it until just now, where you can clearly see it. It took me too long to figure out where this was. Maybe like 10, 20 minutes. But at least we have it now. The new fan is screwed in, plugged in. I have yet to turn on and test anything, and it's very loud outside for some reason. So this does not look good. But I'll plug in the cables. We'll get this running up in like 5-10 minutes the most, and we'll see if it's good. If it is, perfect. I'm gonna start cleaning up the rest of the room, and we'll go from there. Okay, it's 1:12 right now, and we're done. It's up and running, and oh boy, is this thing quiet. Now, actually, is the back fan spinning? Feels like it is. Okay. So, the thing is, when I first turned it on, it was kind of rattling. Turns out it's the fans in the front that were causing that. So, all I need to do is just, like, tap them real quick and they're fine. And that's easy because this part is actually removable. So I could just, like, tap it like that. So that's fine and dandy. But the thing is, in the BIOS of the computer, there's a setting for all the fans. Now, this is the fan that I got was a PWM fan or something. I have no idea what that means, as opposed to DC. DC fans are like direct current, so like the amount of voltage that you send through them, that's how much they'll spin, I believe. And all the fans in here were DC, except maybe the CPU fan. I need to check on that, but it's fine. It's not really too big of a deal. But the fan that I bought was PMW, so check that setting off in the BIOS. The thing is, all the fans in the BIOS were set to standard as opposed to silent mode. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. So I turned on silent mode for this thing for every fan, except the CPU fan. I left that alone. And this is so quiet now. Like, it's amazing. It helps that I cleaned out the entire thing. But hey, we're doing just fine. And like, if I'm like right here, like a foot away, I can barely hear it running, which is awesome. So, glad to have that sorted out. Makes me really want to build another computer one of these days, because this, even though this one's getting old, it's still very good. Maybe a new graphics card, but at that point, it's just might as well upgrade the entire machine. But yeah, I'm gonna finish vacuuming this entire room, clean that up, and then we'll do something a little bit different. More cleaning, but different kind of cleaning. We're in for a long one today. It's about 1:30, and remember that closet that I emptied a few weeks ago? You know, this one? Well, think about this. Closet is on the other side of this wall. There's another closet. The thing is, this time tomorrow, hopefully, this closet won't be here. What I mean by that is we're taking down this wall. Supposedly this is not a load-bearing wall, and it should not be, because, yeah, it just shouldn't. So that means this wall, like this entire area, this closet, and then this, and I think that as well, are all going to be demolished, and there's a power outlet there. That's not my concern. All this is going to be taken down. Hopefully those wires are going to be managed correctly with that contractor. Speaking of, I forgot to mention, or forgot to show, here's the concrete and here's the tiles. But yeah, my job and for today, for the rest of the day, is to help empty out this closet. Now, we've got some clothes here. We've also got suitcases, and on the top, we've got a bunch of sheets and like comforter sets, because my mom cannot stop buying those. I have a vinyl addiction. She has a like sheet and comforter set addiction. Like, look at this. We got this here. You could see how many of these there are, and more down here. So these jackets and coats and everything can be moved somewhere, but all those sheets and whatnot are going to be packed into these suitcases that you saw on the other side, and those suitcases are probably going in the trunk of my car, just so they're out of the way and out of the house. So I'm going to be working on that for the time being, and it won't be fun. See you guys in a bit once my car is loaded up. Okay, it's right about 3 o'clock. I forget where we last left off. Me moving stuff. Kind of slowed down a little bit, but that's alright. My room is kind of cleaned out. I cleaned out most of the closet. As you can see, the stuff that was on the ground is all over here now. And if we go this way, you can see that all of the clothes that were in the closet are now here. At least half of it. So did pretty good so far. We'll see where exactly we end up in a little bit, but yeah. Just gotta wait for everybody to get home to decide on what exactly we're doing with everything, so we'll decide later. Okay, so it's a bit later. People are just about to arrive home, so probably just gonna call it here for today. We've cleaned up a lot of the house, my room especially. Still got a little bit to do here, and quite a bit to do downstairs. We gotta move things. Probably just put them in the trunks of our cars, or at least my car. And we'll figure a place for everything in the future. But yeah, we've made some good progress on the house, and I'm glad that we were able to do that. We'll see what happens tomorrow, and I'll show you what it looks like before and after, because it'll be nice for not only me to see that, but also for preservation and whatnot, and how the house would be changing, because the basements pretty much look like that for a very long time. We used to have a carpeted floor, but other than that, there's been minimal changes to the basement. It was just tiling, and it's been like that for the past 20-ish years. Maybe not 20, at least 15, 17, somewhere around there. So it's a nice change happening, and yeah, I'm glad to see how it'll be refurnished. I wish we could change the walls, but that's a project for another year. For now, that's what we're going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.